because the theory of executive privilege
No,
only extends
no,
to the office of the presidency. So it's in place in order to protect the republic, not the individual person.
Molly.
So can a former president like Donald Trump claim executive privilege here and keep certain communications quiet? Um, so far, the Justice Department has vowed that whatever decision they have to take over once this thing is
Yeah, yeah.
referred to the DOJ, which it likely will be, that they said that they
But,
will be playing by the book.
what's
They've
this?
given no hint as to whether or not Steve Bannon would face
Yeah,
another federal
cover that.
prosecution for contempt. Bill Miller, a spokesman for the U.S. Attorney's Office in D.C., said if the House certifies a criminal contempt citation,
No,
DOJ, as with all
sure.
criminal referrals, will simply evaluate the matter based on the facts and the
Where's
law
the
consistent with the principles
ocean?
of federal prosecution. So,
All right, up
Bubbles.
next, the White House and Democrats hurriedly reworking aspects of Biden's multi-trillion-dollar domestic policy plan. We'll tell you what's in and what's
Okay,
out when we
right
come back.
here.
and if you're not interested in football, CNN is doing a Joe
I don't
Biden
want to talk about this.
roundtable
This is person.
5 o'clock tonight.
Hey.
Joe Biden, town hall.
Isn't that
Oh,
really
yeah.
late?
For him,
Yeah. 5 o'clock
I don't get
Eastern
it.
time.
Me? Okay.
what is it?
Slippers.
Head of the day? What is it?
It's a soup.
It is?
It's a very light soup.
Jerry's guy looking for
Doesn't disturb the system.
Hitler Muhammad has an update on the news.
A woman who was wanted for kidnapping, who barricaded herself inside an apartment in Palmdale, has ended a standoff with deputies that lasted 19 hours. A salmonella outbreak tied to onions has stricken more than 650 people in 37 states. The CDC says at least 129 people ended up in the hospital. Volvo is recalling another 195,000 vehicles in the U.S. because the front driver's airbags could explode and send some shrapnel into the car. Car owners will be notified in December. It's the company's third U.S. recall for the issue. We're checking out traffic on the 405 now.
Did he kind of pare down to exactly which one it was? Or?
It was glaring. Yeah.
Listen, so many of our listeners have entrusted Sweet Jane's accident attorneys in their time of need, which is right after they've been injured in an accident, and here's why.
In the moments and days following an accident, people don't know what to do or who to turn to. Your life is changed. You're in pain. You may not be able to drive or work.
Worst part is the insurance company that promises to protect will try to pay you the least amount possible for your injuries.
The team at Sweet James will not let that happen. They'll help you get the medical care you need, help you get your life back on track, while their award-winning attorneys work on your behalf to get you the most amount of money possible.
So you pay nothing until they win your case. So if you or someone you love is ever hurt in an accident, call Sweet James, 800-500-5200, 800-500-5200, or go to sweetjames.com. Anthem Blue Cross and Heart of America are helping schools across the country increase their access to healthy food. Learn more at anthem.com/ch/SPARK. Anthem Blue Cross is the trade name of Blue Cross of California.
Partly sunny skies out there with highs in the 70s and 80s. This report brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross. A crash on the 405 in Culver City.
Southbound 7 to 405 at Venice Boulevard, the left lane blocked there, and things are going to be pretty jammed up from Santa Monica Boulevard and kind of a patchy ride overall from the 101. Northbound side slows down from La Sierra over to the 10 freeway. As you make it a ride into San Juan Capistrano, southbound 7 to 5 at J. Sarah, a crash here clear, but you're still seeing it back up there from Crown Valley. 455 in between Dyer and Edinger. Caltrain's working in the 12 lane, so things there are going to slow right around the 405. And if you're heading into Riverside, 91 eastbound side approaching Tyler, get a crash in the far right lane, and things are heavy from McKinley. Kfi in the sky helps get you here faster. I'm Jay Wood.
This report is sponsored by AIS Insurance. Abraham, it looks like you called AIS and saved a ton of money on your car insurance.
I saved $800. I'm like, yeah, sign me up. Done.
Sign me up and done at AISinsurance.com. 1-800-777-4AIS. This is your moment. The first of many moments as a new father to come that really do matter. Moments you'll never forget and moments you can never get back. This is your moment to put in the work where it really counts. At home with your newborn. Paid Family Leave can provide new fathers up to 8 weeks of partial wage replacement to bond with your new baby. This is your moment. Take it. To learn more, visit CaliforniaPaidFamilyLeave.com. Moments matter.
Massey mutual knows that your finances can be an uncomfortable conversation.
Mark, we should really talk about our money.
Yep, we really should.
Like, we never talk about our savings.
No, we never talk about that. Or our assets.
Or our debt.
Yeah, we really should talk about our debt.
We need one of those financial plans.
One of those will make a difference.
We should talk about it.
We really should.
Talk to us about financial wellness today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Mass Mutual. Live Mutual.
If you're thinking about refinancing your mortgage, maybe you've already filed, maybe you already have refinanced in 2020, it's still more than worthwhile to contact HMS Capital. Mark Tice of HMS Capital recommends you apply with HMS Capital and then any other lender. HMS Capital is the only lender I know that actually encourages homeowners to apply with other lenders. He is that confident he can get you the best deal. And I've known Mark for over 16 years, and I've done 2 mortgages with him. No appraisal or application fees of any kind. Take the HMS Capital challenge, apply with another mortgage company, and also apply with HMS Capital. The rates are the lowest they've ever been. Call 833-255-5698. That's 833-255-5698. Visit hmscapital.com. hmscapital.com.
HMS Capital Funding is a DBA is government finance criminal and number 2027. HMS Capital is licensed by the Department of Finance and Professional Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. License number 4120360. Equal housing lender.
AMCO presents Bet You Didn't Know.
Bet you didn't know that your car's transmission is made up of 800 pieces. Also, bet you didn't know that AMCO fixed over 40 million transmissions, and that AMCO offers a nationwide warranty.
And AMCO offers payment plan options for almost any credit situation. So it's easier than ever to fix it fast and pay it off slow. That's AMCO, AA, MCO.
Have you been denied a home loan or refinance because you're self-employed, earn 1099 income, or even a real estate investor? You're missing out. Most lenders make approval seem impossible, especially if you're self-employed. Stop watching everyone take advantage of the lowest mortgage rates in history while you're stuck on the sidelines. Accelerate Capital, the premier lender designed for the self-employed. Our approval process is based on common sense, using bank statements, 1099 income, profit loss statements, rental income, or even stated income to qualify at the lowest rates available. Fast. Conventional lenders cannot do this. When others say no, we say yes. Call 800-811-9702, 800-811-9702, or visit acceleratecapital.com.
ESC-EME, acceleratecapital.com.
Equal housing lender. Call for details. NMLS ID number 1165716. Not all will qualify. California DFCI license number 41DDO45150. Additional restrictions may apply. Loans made or arranged pursuant to the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act.
I woke up, and then I had a mediation.
Wow, what a shocker. I'm involved in litigation.
The first offer was made 25 cents on the dollar.
And she said, would you like to respond?
And I said, yeah, absolutely. I want you to go back to the defendants. Mr. Handel's response is, and then grab your crotch and say, fight.
Bill Handel, mornings from 6 to 10
They totally said this.
on KFI.
Everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
An update coming up after Layla's news at the top of the hour on the Brian Laundrie remains, or were they not his remains? We will see where the FBI lands on that today in terms of how far along they are with their investigation. Alex Stone will be joining us with all the latest developments.
A couple minutes left in the House vote right now on whether or not to hold Steve Bannon in criminal contempt for defying a subpoena. We'll tell you how that ends up here in a couple of minutes. Want to just quick point out that the president today is going to take questions from the live studio audience at a town hall in Baltimore as they continue to haggle over the multi-trillion-dollar economic agenda.
Well, the $2 trillion domestic policy plan is on the table right now in Washington. They're trimming, the White House and Democrats are, which social services and climate change programs will be included. They're also reconsidering new taxes on corporations and the wealthy to pay for the package. The ideas include shelving a proposed big increase in corporate tax rates while adding a new tax on the investment gains of the very richest Americans.
And the way they're going to frame this, by the way, is they're gonna say that these are services that have been taken away from you. Right?
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect example. Your corporate tax rate example is perfect because Democrats will get up there and say, well, we were going to give you all of this stuff, but Republicans, even though they're not the ones that are holding up this process, Republicans aren't allowing us to. So the Republicans took away something from you, when in fact, you never had it in the first place. And this is the way that they have been fighting this battle from within the Democratic Party. The child tax credit issue is also one of those issues that they're talking about in terms of whether or not it's going to make it into part of this package.
Well, it looks like investors are not waiting to see if former President Trump's plans for a social media company will challenge Facebook, Twitter, even Disney. Seems like they're all in. Of course, Trump said yesterday he's launching Trump Media and Technology Group to rival the big tech companies that have shut him out for the past 9 months. New venture said it had been created for a merger with Digital World Acquisition Corp. And we told you earlier in the show that the shares of Digital World Acquisition quadrupled in value in afternoon trading Thursday. I was just going to check where we are on that. It looks like they topped out at about 400,000% increase, and now we're at about 335% increase in the stocks there. Looks like they opened at 12.73, and right now they're trading at 43.36.
I mentioned that Truth Social, this new platform that he's been pitching, is in fact available for pre-order in the Apple App Store. It says, according to the little tile there, that it's expected to launch February 21st, although we understand that I think part of it would be a soft launch. There's a beta version of it that's expected next month. And it's got a bunch of the same, I mean, the little screen grabs that are mocked up right now because there's not a functioning program that's available. It looks exactly like Twitter.
Yeah. Except instead of tweets, they're truths.
Instead of tweets, they're truths.
Or retweets instead of retweets.
It's got all the basics on it in terms of how you would go about installing it on your phone, etc. And the description of it I thought was kind of interesting because it says, Truth Social Media is America's, quote, big tent social media platform that encourages an open, free, and honest global conversation without discriminating against political ideology. The problem is when you get into the terms and conditions specifically, it allows whoever's running Truth Social Media to kick you off of the platform for being critical of Truth Social Media, which is one of the things that the former president was so excited about when it came to Twitter, is he would constantly blast big tech. He would constantly blast social media companies for what he said was deplatforming or, controlling the environment, controlling the conversation. That's exactly what at least it's available to the people on Truth Social to kick you off for being critical of them.
A memorial service for Colin Powell will be held November 5th at Washington National Cathedral. There will be limited seating. The service will be by invitation only. Of course, Powell died on a Monday from blood cancer coupled with COVID, 84 years old. He had been vaccinated, but a family member said, his immune system had been compromised by that blood cancer, which he had been undergoing treatment for.
This is not political, but it was an interesting story that I know we've covered a couple of times. Do you remember the story of the driverless Tesla in Texas that ran into a tree and killed a couple people? Okay. And when the firefighters showed up, first of all, it took them hours to put out the fire because the battery apparently caught fire. Right. It took them a long time. And they said the two people in the car were in the back seat. Right. So the NTSB has finalized its investigation into that, and they said that's not what happened. These two guys, first of all, were not in the back seat. The car doesn't allow you to drive without your hand on the wheel or hands on the wheel. Even in its auto drive mode, you have to have some pressure on the wheel.
Wasn't there some hypothesis that they had taped something to the wheel
Yeah, and you can do that. You can put little weights on it, and I mean, people do that. You've seen the videos of people sleeping allegedly in their Tesla on the freeway. But what the NTSB finally decided was that these two guys, they were able to repair the car's event data recorder and found that it reached a speed of 67 miles an hour, and it's a little stretch of private road where the speed limit's supposed to be 35. The autopilot could not have been operational because that feature will only operate at or slightly above the speed limit.
Okay.
So if the posted speed limit is 55, it maybe lets you go 60.
Yeah.
So the posted speed limit on that street was 35, so there could not have been autopilot.
Okay.
And they determined that the damage to the actual steering wheel in the crash had to have been caused by a human body.
Okay, so the impact threw the guy in the back seat.
Somehow, or he moved, we don't know.
Okay.
But that somehow the human body that was in the driver's seat hit the wheel, the steering wheel, at impact. And then whatever happened after that.
Yeah, they probably were both in the front seat. The impact hit and threw him to the back.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Well, good to know.
Oh, and just don't drive 65 and a 35 with your buddy in the car. You go, whoop, yes, I bet that is they go faster.
Man, am I right?
Am I right?
All right, coming up next, the latest. On the search for Brian Laundrie, Alex Stone has all of the details. Also, we've got tech talk coming up, some smart speaker tips and tricks. My husband's been out of town this week, and he's the only one that talks to the, you know her, like Alex Stone, but different. And I love the silence in my house without that woman yapping.
I told you I've had some Wi-Fi issues.
Mm-hmm.
I went upstairs and it turns yellow when they deliver a package and they'll tell you there. And I said, hey, what's the notification? And she said, I'm sorry, I can't tell you. I don't have Wi-Fi.
She was like, you screwed up.
You too?
Yeah, all the women's are mad at you. All right, we'll do that next on Gary and Shannon.
Ooh, what is that? Oh, the news is ready.
Offer information
Los Angeles, Orange County.
On the radio app.
Oil drilling, I'm Mayor Mohammed Rise from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. California has proposed a ban on new oil wells and drilling within a half mile of homes, schools, or so-called sensitive locations in the state.
This is not about dollars and cents. This is about morality.
Governor Newsom says the proposed rule has been in the works for 2 years.
3,200 setbacks in this proposal are the most aggressive in the United States.
A 15-member public health expert panel found that when oil and gas developments are within a half mile of communities, there is a strong